the topic of accountability. We have to have accountability, all right? But before I get to what we have to have and what we don't have to have, it's important to break it down. What is accountability? You know, where does it come from? You know, what is it? Accountability is us, you, me, taking ownership of our decisions, okay, of the things that we do. You have to take ownership, you have to own it, okay? I did this, this is me, yeah? It's not nothing else, it's me. You own whatever it is that you do or say, me, okay? Regardless of the outcome, good, bad, you have to own it. You hold yourself accountable. Why was it important? When you look back in time, all right, all the way back, society gets created, or in the a society was getting created, was being created, because it didn't happen all of a sudden, boom, we have society. It's a long process over time. People had to be accountable and they had to take ownership of their own actions. Why? Because they want to be useful in that society. Now, why was it necessary for them to do so? Why did it develop? Because you I had this kind of I've been thinking about this all week. You feel shame, you feel anxious if you don't do something right back then. These feelings, they're closely related to being accountable. How can I formulate this better? Because this is a very important note to make. When you don't do something right, yeah, back then, you don't do something right, you know that there might be consequences. So you start developing these feelings of shame. Oh, I did something bad, or oh, I'm anxious, or maybe I did something right, or maybe they're gonna tell something to me. And these feelings over time, they helped us develop this idea, this concept of, what is it, a concept? What is it? Mechanism of accountability. All right, so I have to think about my actions and I have to own them. Yeah, that's why you get nervous, anxious, you feel shame, or you feel pride, maybe. These feelings are telling you, they are associating you with your actions or decisions or thoughts. If it had nothing to do with you, you wouldn't really feel that. It would be different. Does that make sense? Am I making it clear, or am I being vague? These feelings helped us realize that, hey, listen, that's me. I'm doing this. I hope people accept me. I want people to accept me. So if I want for them to accept me, I have to act in a certain way. I have to do things in a certain way. All right? In society, first it was society. You can link this to us wanting to survive. Yeah, because if you get rejected by society back then, you get eaten by a tiger straight away. So you had to be nice. You had to try and follow the rules or whatever it was. So yeah, this is kind of the origin. We started becoming aware of what we're doing and why, and that we have to do the right thing. And if not, consequences. So after that, if we go into today's society, and we see it less and less. Very few people are accountable because we are much smarter now. And it sucks saying I'm incompetent, I didn't do good, like well enough, or I don't know, that's not my fault. You know, deflecting, because our brains are amazing at rationalizing stuff, justifying my bad outcome. Oh yeah, well, the wind, or no, it wasn't the wind. It was I didn't have a good sleep last night. It's not that I didn't do my homework. It's just that I didn't have a good sleep. That's why, not homework, but let's say it's not that I didn't study my lesson yesterday. I studied, but it's just I didn't have a good sleep, so now I can't remember what I studied. You didn't study, but you're finding justifications. We can get away with things. We look to get away with things, or we look to spin the narrative in the most favorable way possible for us. What does that mean? That means whenever we do something good, we say, "Oh, I'm brilliant. Look at the decision I made. It was so smart. That was so intelligent of me to do this." And then if you make a decision and it doesn't go your way, well, it would have worked, but why did this guy have to show up just now? Yeah, he messed up everything. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It's not that your decision was bad. It was that something else happened that got in the way. So it doesn't go your way. It's luck. It goes your way. Oh, it's you. It's your decision making. We tend to do that very often. And this is how fast double standard accountability. You have to own your mistakes, your shortcomings. By own, I'm not saying accept that it is what it is. I'm saying own it, acknowledge it, say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I did this. That's fine. Now, how can you do that? That's difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that we have to. I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you how it's we have to overcome our insecurities. Because if you're insecure, you can never be accountable. The most insecure people, they never take responsibility for things. And you can straight away, a secure person that is not worried about his self-worth or about how people perceive him, a secure person is gonna admit, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's my fault." Because he knows his worth. He knows that he's good, or he knows how good he is at whatever. He knows, hey, listen, I made a mistake, but I'm quite good. I know my value, and I'm willing to learn and fix my mistake. So you just say, yeah, that was me. An insecure person is not sure about those things. So the insecure person goes, "Oh, this guy, a million." I'm so out of practice with making excuses that I can't even give you good examples of people making excuses, because I don't pay attention to it. All I see is secure or insecure. All I see is when someone actually takes responsibility, I was like, nice, well done to you, well done to you, impressive. But when it's the normal, which is deflecting, oh, it's not me, that's not my fault, I didn't do this, it just goes. in from one year, out from the other. I don't pay attention to it. Why would I? It's just normal. I talked about my kind of disappointment with people. I expect it. I expect it. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Oh, you didn't get this done on time. Oh, okay. It was because you had problems at home. Or you had a headache yesterday. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, no problem. It's very rare you get the person. No, I didn't do it. Why? Well, I just, yeah, I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, sorry. I'll be better next time. And then you are better next time. That's a rare person. We have to get to the point where we're all like this.